Ever catch yourself questioning your abilities or fearing you're not good enough? You're not alone, my friends. Self-doubt is a universal experience, an uninvited guest that often pops up when we're on the verge of stepping outside our comfort zones, ready to take on a new challenge or explore an exciting opportunity. It's like that nagging voice inside your head, whispering tales of potential failure, making you question your worth, your abilities, your very essence. Now that's some heavy stuff, isn't it? And the impact, oh, it can be profound. Self-doubt can hold us back, prevent us from taking necessary risks, and stifle our growth. It can keep us from reaching our full potential, both personally and professionally. But here's the kicker. Self-doubt, as daunting as it may seem, is not always a bad thing. It can serve as a reality check, making us pause and rethink our actions. It can push us to strive for better, to prove ourselves wrong. The problem arises when doubt becomes the driver of our decisions, when it starts to dictate our actions, or rather, our inactions. The good news? We can learn to manage it. We can develop strategies to keep self-doubt in check, to ensure it doesn't become a roadblock in our journey towards success. And that's exactly what we're going to explore today. We're going to delve into the world of self-doubt, understand its intricacies, and most importantly, learn ways to conquer it. So what can we do to conquer this self-doubt? Stick around to find out. First things first, acknowledge your self-doubt. It's a part of being human, you know. We all have moments when we question our abilities, our decisions, our worth. It's a normal part of our experience, and it's not something to fear or to hide from. In fact, the first step in overcoming self-doubt is to recognize it. To look it in the eye and say, I see you, I hear you, but you don't get to call the shots. This isn't about getting rid of self-doubt completely. That's impossible and honestly not even desirable. A little bit of doubt can keep us grounded, can push us to strive harder, to reach higher, but too much of it can hold us back, can prevent us from taking risks, from pursuing our goals. So, it's crucial that we acknowledge our self-doubt, that we accept it as a part of us but not the whole of us, that we understand its place, its purpose, and its limits. Because once we do that, once we truly see it for what it is, we can start to take control of it, we can start to use it as a tool, rather than let it use us. Remember, it's okay to doubt yourself sometimes. The key is not letting it control you. Next up, challenge your doubts. Ask yourself, hey, are these doubts even valid? It's time to put those doubts under the microscope. See, doubts are often nothing more than fear-fueled stories we concoct about ourselves. They're like shadows, appearing larger and scarier than the reality they represent. Imagine you're a detective and your doubts are the suspects. Question them. Cross-examine them. Are they based on facts or just figments of your imagination? Are they helping you grow or holding you back? Remember, you're the one in control here. Doubts are a natural part of being human, but they don't have to define you. So don't shy away from them. Instead, face them head on. It can be uncomfortable, sure, but it's also empowering. When you challenge your doubts, you start to see them for what they really are. Just thoughts. And thoughts can be changed. So, the next time doubt creeps in, challenge it. You might be surprised at what you find. Now, let's talk about that inner critic of yours. You know, that nagging voice that whispers you can't or you're not good enough. It's a voice we all have, but it's not a voice we have to listen to. In fact, it's crucial to separate that inner critic from your true self. Consider this. Your inner critic is not you. It's just a part of you that's been shaped by past experiences and fears. One way to separate yourself from your inner critic is to give it a name. Yes, you heard right. Naming your inner critic can help you distinguish it from your true self. It's like creating a character in a story, who isn't the hero, but a side character that sometimes gets too much dialogue. When you start to hear that negative chatter, you can say, oh, that's just Bob being negative again. When you do this, you're acknowledging the critic without letting it consume you. It lessens the impact of the criticism and gives you the power to choose whether to listen or not. Your inner critic isn't you. Remember that. Who are the people in your corner? That's a question worth pondering. When it comes to tackling self-doubt, the company we keep plays a significant role. Our environment often reflects and influences our mindset, and the people we surround ourselves with can either fuel our doubts or help us overcome them. Imagine having a team of cheerleaders in your life, those who believe in your abilities, who see your potential, and who encourage you to reach for the stars. They are the ones who remind you of your strengths when you're feeling weak, who lift you up when you're feeling low, and who inspire you to press on when you feel like giving up. These are the people you want in your corner. But remember, it's not just about having supportive people around you. It's also about being that supportive person for others. Encourage, uplift, inspire, be the light for someone else in their moment of doubt. It's a two-way street that fosters a positive and empowering environment for everyone involved. So look around you. Who's in your corner? Make a conscious effort to surround yourself with those who fuel your confidence and counteract self-doubt. And be that person for someone else. Surround yourself with positivity. It makes a world of difference. Got a big goal? Break it down. Now here's something to remember. Goals are not giant, insurmountable mountains, but rather they're a series of smaller hills. Breaking down a large goal into smaller, manageable actions can make it seem less daunting. This way, you're not looking at the end result as one huge task, but multiple achievable steps. Imagine you're planning a cross-country road trip. The idea of driving thousands of miles can be overwhelming, but if you break it down into daily drives, it's suddenly more manageable. Each day you're not driving across the country, you're just driving to the next city. The same principle applies to any goal. Want to write a book? Start with a single page. Trying to lose weight? Focus on losing 1 pound at a time. The key is to make your tasks small enough so they don't trigger your self-doubt. You'll find that as you start ticking off these smaller goals, your confidence will grow. And with each small victory, the larger goal will feel more and more attainable. Remember, every journey starts with a single step. Finally, and most importantly, take action. It's time to face the music. The looming specter of self-doubt may try to keep you in its grip, but remember, you hold the key to your own liberation. How so, you ask? By taking action despite the doubts that cloud your mind. You see, self-doubt is a curious creature. It thrives in the shadows of inaction, feeding on your hesitations and growing stronger with every passing moment of indecision. But here's the secret weapon: action. When you step into the arena, doubts start to lose their grip. Every step you take, no matter how small, diminishes the power of doubt and amplifies your own abilities. Imagine you're standing at the edge of a high diving board, looking down at the water below. Your heart is pounding, your mind is filled with doubts. What if I hit the water wrong? What if I embarrass myself? But what happens when you take the leap? You plunge into the water, and suddenly those doubts seem insignificant. You've taken the action, and the fear is left behind. The same principle applies to any aspect of life. Want to write a book, but doubt your writing skills? Start by writing a single page. Dream of running a marathon, but doubt your stamina? Start by jogging around the block. As you take action, you'll find that your skills improve, your confidence grows, and your doubts start to fade into the background. Now, taking action doesn't mean that your doubts will disappear overnight. No, they might still whisper in your ear from time to time. But remember, it's not about silencing your doubts completely. It's about not letting them dictate your actions. It's about acknowledging their presence, but deciding to move forward regardless. So, my friends, it's time to step up. It's time to take action despite your doubts. Because action is the antidote to doubt. Action is the catalyst that transforms your dreams into reality. It's the bridge between the world of what if and the realm of I did it. Action breeds confidence, my friends. So what are you waiting for? So, there you have it, folks. We've journeyed through the roadmap of beating self-doubt together. We kicked off with acknowledging our self-doubt, understanding that it's a natural part of the human experience. We then moved on to challenging these doubts, questioning their validity, and realizing that they are fear-fueled stories we create about ourselves. We also learned the importance of separating ourselves from our inner critic, giving it a name, creating a distance between it and our true selves. We discussed the power of surrounding ourselves with supportive people who fuel our confidence. Remember, we are the average of the 5 people we spend the most time with. We then broke down big goals into smaller, manageable actions. Remember, Rome wasn't built in a day. And finally, we learned to take action despite doubts. Action diminishes doubt and amplifies our abilities. Remember, self-doubt is normal. But with these tips, you can conquer it and reach your full potential. Until next time, keep pushing forward.